The showdown between the Minnesota Timberwolves and the San Antonio Spurs delivered everything basketball fans could hope for. Intensity, momentum swings, tactical brilliance, and a dramatic finish that kept spectators on the edge of their seats until the final buzzer. In a tightly contested clash that ended 104-102, the Timberwolves managed to outlast the Spurs in what quickly became one of the most gripping games of the season, showcasing resilience, composure, and just enough execution in the closing moments to secure a narrow but significant victory. From the opening tip-off, the game carried a sense of urgency. Both teams entered the matchup with clear intentions. The Timberwolves sought to assert their growing presence as a competitive force in the Western Conference, while the Spurs aimed to demonstrate their evolving identity built around youth, discipline, and flashes of brilliance. The early minutes reflected this clash of ambitions, as both sides traded baskets in a fast-paced rhythm. The Timberwolves leaned on their offensive versatility, spreading the floor and attacking both inside and beyond the arc, while the Spurs countered with sharp ball movement and a commitment to finding high-percentage shots. The first quarter unfolded like a chess match played at high speed. Every possession mattered, and neither team was willing to concede ground. The Timberwolves displayed strong perimeter shooting, knocking down timely three-pointers that kept them slightly ahead. Meanwhile, the Spurs relied on cohesive team play, with multiple players contributing on the scoreboard rather than leaning on a single dominant figure. This balance allowed San Antonio to stay within striking distance, and by the end of the opening quarter, the scoreboard reflected just how evenly matched the contest was. As the second quarter began, the intensity only increased. The Timberwolves attempted to create separation by pushing the tempo and capitalizing on transition opportunities. Their defensive pressure began to disrupt the Spurs' rhythm, forcing turnovers that translated into quick points on the other end. However, the Spurs responded with remarkable composure. Rather than allowing the game to slip away, they tightened their defense and slowed the pace, regaining control through disciplined execution. Their ability to adjust mid-game highlighted the team's maturity and coaching influence, even in high-pressure situations. Midway through the second quarter, the Timberwolves found themselves clinging to a slim lead, but the Spurs were steadily gaining momentum. A series of well-executed plays brought San Antonio back into the game, and for a brief period, they even managed to take the lead. The arena atmosphere shifted as fans sensed a potential turning point. Yet, the Timberwolves refused to be rattled. They regrouped, leaned on their core players, and responded with a run of their own to reclaim the advantage before halftime. As both teams headed into the locker room, the game remained finely poised, with neither side able to establish clear dominance. The third quarter proved to be a defining stretch in terms of momentum swings. The Timberwolves came out with renewed energy, emphasizing defensive intensity and sharper ball movement. Their efforts paid off as they managed to extend their lead to its largest margin of the game. Crisp passing and efficient shooting allowed them to control the tempo, and for a moment, it seemed as though they might pull away decisively. However, the Spurs once again demonstrated their resilience. Refusing to let the game slip beyond reach, they mounted a determined comeback fueled by defensive stops and timely scoring. What made this contest particularly compelling was the constant back-and-forth nature of the action. Every time one team appeared ready to seize control, the other responded with equal determination. The Spurs' ability to close the gap in the third quarter set the stage for a dramatic final period. By the time the fourth quarter began, the game had effectively reset, with the outcome hanging in the balance and both teams aware that the smallest margin of error could prove decisive. The final quarter was nothing short of electrifying. Each possession carried immense weight, and the level of execution required to succeed under such pressure was evident. The Timberwolves initially managed to maintain a narrow lead, but the Spurs continued to apply relentless pressure. Key defensive plays and clutch shooting kept San Antonio within striking distance, ensuring that the game would come down to the final moments. As the clock ticked down, the tension inside the arena reached its peak. With less than 2 minutes remaining, the score was virtually tied, and every decision, whether a shot selection, defensive assignment, or timeout call, became critical. The Timberwolves managed to convert a crucial basket to regain a slight edge, but the Spurs responded immediately, refusing to back down. The sequence of plays in the closing seconds encapsulated the essence of the game: resilience, determination, and an unwavering belief in victory from both sides. In the final possession, with the Timberwolves holding a slim lead, the Spurs had one last opportunity to either tie or win the game. The defense from Minnesota proved decisive. They executed a near-perfect defensive stand, contesting the shot without fouling and forcing a difficult attempt that ultimately missed its mark. As the buzzer sounded, the Timberwolves emerged victorious, having edged out the Spurs in a thrilling 104-102 finish. This game served as a testament to the competitive spirit of both teams. For the Timberwolves, the victory represented more than just a win in the standings. It showcased their ability to perform under pressure and close out tight games against determined opponents. Their balanced approach, combining offensive firepower with defensive discipline, was instrumental in securing the result. The performance also highlighted the team's growing confidence and cohesion, key factors as they aim to solidify their position in a highly competitive conference. For the Spurs, despite the narrow loss, there were numerous positives to take away. Their resilience, adaptability, and commitment to team-oriented play were evident throughout the game. The ability to stay competitive against a strong opponent and push the contest to the final seconds speaks volumes about their potential. While the result may not have gone their way, the experience gained from such high-intensity matchups will undoubtedly contribute to their development moving forward.